From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Diggs going in motion right. Well, a fake on the jet sweep as they run with Cook up the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Again, it's Cook. There he goes left side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 41 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Allen going to try and keep it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Bass on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now 2nd and 9. Wilson. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Allen going to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
Taking it about the 1. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Wilson. It's caught right side by Daniels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run with Hall. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Hall. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run with Hall. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 17-0 our score after 1.
Bills 17, Jets nothing.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So what a let-off there, Charles. Roughing the passer on 4th and goal.
And the pressure, it had done its job, Brandon. They forced the incompletion, but then that's just a silly penalty to take. You got to know better in that situation, don't you?
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's Hall again. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Well, I don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think they're built like that.
They'll try to run it here with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a bit closer.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen running the option to the left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. But that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They run the counter with Cook. All the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 35 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So this has been a team possessed in this first half. They punch in another touchdown on another excellent run.
And one of their goals that they emphasized coming into this game was winning the line of scrimmage. And I'd say it's fair to say they've done exactly that. And they've done it in the passing game as well because they've protected the quarterback.
But that time, great run blocking to spring their man for a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A first catch there for Wilson and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw again is Wilson. To the goal line, but it's It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Allen again. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Down the left sideline. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. On a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their team?
He'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Jets will take over.
Their own 41-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet 1st down. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. Well, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Come on, guys, dig deep.
Throwing again here, Wilson. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down and 6 now. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
And that could have been and probably should have been a 3rd interception of this 1st half. He's got to figure out something because you cannot give the ball away like he's done and have any chance to win this game.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And that is a shame. Oh, it's no good. Off to the right.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
What are you doing? Defense.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Jets, 20.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
97 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run it again with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 2nd down, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
To throw, it's Allen. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle on that play by Quentin Williams.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Allen going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Allen now looks to throw. His pass caught with the 4. But he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out. Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. There he goes right side. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Daniels. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Well, they went for the lead there, and remember, that's the 2nd 2-point try they haven't converted on. So those 2 extra points, if they had those, they'd be winning.
And I think the reason they're going for it here is that they were unsuccessful the 1st time. So when you miss the 1st time, you're now in a position where you're chasing points. And in this case, it didn't work out well for them at all.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And Davis will have a Bills first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. This is 2nd and 8. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Clayton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, nice move. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. 142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. Touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 27 yards. And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Cook up the gut, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
In motion right is Davis. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to 16.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Wilson will throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Wilson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. He's to the 15. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
That is caught. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. 41 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He finds Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And a completion to Wilson. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown, Jets! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them.